Hey guys, so today I am coloring in my second half of Nezuko from Demon Slayer, and this is her demon side that I'm coloring in. If you haven't seen the human side coloring or like the outlining process, all of it is posted on my drawings playlist, so you can check it out. It's just all one video, so I actually edited it this time. So I'm trying to adjust myself on my seat. Basically, I was trying to draw her demon side as a bit darker. Of course, I just used the same skin tone though. But you'll notice when I go in with the shading, I go in a little bit more with the shading. I try to add more than I did with the human side. So yeah, so now it's the shading process. You can see that I'm actually trying to add some of this stuff. I added a little bit to the nose, but not so much just because the left side was heavy on the nose already. So I didn't want like so much uh, pinkish color or like the darker skin tone to go through there. But you'll notice on the neck I did add like specific lines there. Later on I'll outline those, and the reason why I added those is just because she's more straining her face when she's angry, when she's a demon, so I did that. The human side is supposed to be like she's trying to pet your head because she's super cute like that. But for the other side, she's more so just angry. So yeah. For the eyes, I basically colored it almost the same way as the left side. Just I added the black pupil that's very narrow, so it looks like a demon. It looks very angry. But I did add the whites to the eyes too. And I'm just coloring in the bow before I do that because I completely lost track. When I was coloring this, to be honest, I lost track of like what I was doing for some reason. My focus was a little off, so sometimes you'll see me go to like one section when I'm like working on another section. So right now I am coloring the hair. I just realized that the gray that I wanted to use was running out of ink, so it was kind of a struggle to actually color this part because I wanted to use this gray, but this gray is actually running out of ink, so it looks lighter than I would like, because personally I wanted this to be like way darker than the other side, but now it just looks light, so I guess that's just what it is. That I do go over it with shading. You'll notice like I'll actually shade it darker, but still the front strands are pretty light. I got kind of confused on how I even drew the hair to begin with, so there's parts where I start adding more hair because it kind of looks like there's less hair on the back and I need more there, so I started adding more, so like over there, and then I end up shading quite a bit for the back side so that way it looks like it's covered up by the back. I completely got like confused on like how I even drew the hair, but I guess I didn't add enough strands. I think I thought it was okay at the time, but turns out it was not enough. For her hair, it's a bit burgundy, so I go over with like a dark orange that kind of looks like a dark goldeny brown color, and then afterwards I put in a, this is me forgetting to put the black for the shading too, because I usually use 3 markers and then I completely forgot, so you'll see I went back and did that. And then I add red to this golden brown so that way it kind of looks a bit burgundy. I only add like a few highlights, and you'll see me trying to connect them by doing that, by shading close to there too. And then I also added in, I just added in the there's rips in her kimono that I ended up doing as a design, so I ended up having to color in specific spots for like the skin showing. And the bamboo, I used a darker green. It's a more olivey green compared to the other side. And I also use that for the strap that's around her wrap thing. I don't know the technical term for that, but yeah. And I'm going in with darker pinks this time. You'll notice that the pinks that I use are different from the other pinks. These are like more darker pinks. The pinks that I have are closer to like purple-ish pinks because there's like a purple tone in them. So if you notice, this side is more of those colors. The other side I used more of like the bubbly pinks that I have. The bottom is a mistake, which I'll fix later. You'll see me fix later. But basically, I color that black because that area is supposed to be like the inside of her like outer jacket layer of the kimono. So I just shaded with some like magenta looking pink because that's my darkest pink that I have. And then I used a golden brown color instead of an orange for her string that's around her wrap. And here's me adding more of the checkerboards. I got confused on where in the world I drew the checkerboards because my sketches might have smudged off a bit because they were light. So yeah, so I just added in what I thought and some gray for the white. I used a darker gray for the white though compared to the other one. Like the other one is more blended in, but this darker gray, it kind of doesn't blend in too well, but it was for the wrap so that way it could be like shaded in a bit. So here I'm coloring in her jacket. You see the top part that's on her chest. I actually forgot to color in the kimono parts, like that's a rip that I did, and also on the bottom as well. So I leave those blank so that way I can color them in later. However, the arm ones I already did before that are supposed to be like her showing her skin a bit more. So yeah. And then I colored in all of it. I used like just a black. I didn't use like a gray color that looked like a black because the other side I actually did that. So to make it darker, I made this side black completely. I go in with a dark gray and then I shade it like that. So it looks like it's shaded. It's hard to tell on camera, to be honest, but in person it does add a little bit more shading to it. And then I go in and color in those magenta pieces finally, so that way it's part of her kimono. So then I am outlining. Yeah, basically that's it for this drawing. There was like so much stuff where I was confused where I drew it. I guess I didn't draw it too clear for myself. On the neck part, you'll notice I outline more. If you want to see the coloring video for her human side, it is on my playlist, my drawings playlist, as I said before. And if you want to see all of her process work, it's gonna be posted on my social media, and the links are in the description box below if you want to follow those. But yeah, I will be posting all of her process work. So in general, I did like this drawing a lot. It's just like there's some parts that I kind of messed up on because I was like confused. The hair kind of, I don't know, it kind of bothers me on the right side because it looks lighter than the left side, and I completely forgot to leave a spot for the top, for the strand in the front for that side because I don't know. I was supposed to leave like the white highlights to make it look shiny, and apparently, I can't remember, but I guess because it's supposed to be darker anyways, it doesn't really matter. So it looks more bubbly on the left side than the right side. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!